So hey everybody, this is One Trick Dante here with the intro to my, I guess, a series that I want to start, which is going to be called One Trick, One Take. So it's one take of me basically talking about a topic I feel needs to be talked about or mentioned in any way, shape, or form. So here we go. So for those of you who follow me on Twitter and for those of you who don't, one of the things that I want to do with my life at some point is to get into the journalism business, whether that be sports journalism or just plain old journalism. And as I look at the state of our world today and the events that have been happening, not just in America, but around the world, I've kind of come to the point where I'm not sure if I want to do this anymore. And it's not for the lack of me enjoying it, but moreover the lack of respect that new media gets from old media. And you're gonna ask yourself, what does this have to do with journalism? And I would have to say that it basically puts me in a hole if I ever want to do something like YouTube as an actual job, and not just a hobby. And the same goes for journalism. If I want to do journalism as a job, working for a specific group or station, instead of just working for myself or as a side thing, you're not even getting paid for it, just writing articles for a website. And the reason I say this is because you have an incident like what happened to Pewdiepie. So a little bit of context is basically Pewdiepie made a Nazi joke, several Nazi jokes, several Hitler jokes, trying to be edgy, and the comedy I'm honestly fine with. I have no issue with it, but the response that he drew from new media, specifically the Wall Street Journal, a respected journalistic paper, is just disappointing to me. Really is. I've grown up kind of idolizing newspapers and their superiority sometimes over the internet. I know it's kind of cliche at this point to say, oh, everything you see on the internet isn't true. And yeah, it isn't, but at the same time, I don't think it deserves to be attacked like it is. I don't think you really should be painting this YouTuber, regardless of how famous he is, in a bad, negative light just because you want to make the headline that everybody's going to read. And so, at this point, I've really just had enough with this whole shit show, honestly. It's just enough. And I really don't mind articles that are clickbaity, because that's been around for almost 100 years, going on more than 100 years actually, and with yellow journalism, sorry about that, but one take. And so it pisses me off. You sit here and you have this dream of being this journalist in a world where journalism is constantly under attack by our president, and you look at what the Wall Street Journal did to PewDiePie, and it's like, well, no wonder why there are people out there that don't trust the media. You put yourself in these situations when you try to get an article and you try to pin somebody because they offended you or they offended maybe your target audience. I am one for there's a right place and the right time to make certain jokes. You don't want to make Nazi jokes in front of a crowd of Holocaust survivors or Holocaust remembrance people, but to attack somebody because they made an edgy joke and you don't agree with it, or because you think it'll get you a bigger headline, to me just violates an ethic of journalism. It does violate the ethics of journalism, but for you to think that you can get away with that without getting called out is astonishing and disappointing from someone who aspires to be as great as a journalist. With that being said, it's just another case of old media not liking new media, because new media is going to replace it one day. You look at the age of newspapers is dying. It's all about online articles now. So, and I guess that's where clickbait comes in, and that's why articles like the Pewdiepie one were made. But I just wanted to get my thoughts in on that. I know this is a short video, shitty slideshow, Photoshop kind of images, but I just wanted to try something out for the channel and get some content out, because I honestly haven't been pulling through with my promises for the few people that actually care, or 3 people that actually care, if any. So thank you for watching, and hopefully hopefully I'll have another one of these out soon. I'm thinking about doing another one. So this was the One Trick, One Take on journalism. And thank you for watching and listening. And have a good one, everybody.